So, I want to welcome Love. Thank you for being here with me today. This is really a special conversation because we're diving into the heart of a woman that has gone through womb healing journey and feminine embodiment. And we're going to really explore through her eyes how is it to walk into this journey together, completing the VIP Womb Visionary Mentorship. So I'm so honored to be joined by Ashley Cruz, who said yes to this deep work, reverence, and liberation. Ashley is a healer practitioner who empowers women through her medicine and also a businesswoman. And most importantly, a woman who walks with deep courage as she remembers the sacredness of being in her feminine energy. So before we begin, I would love to check in with you, Ashley. How are you feeling coming into this journey together today, especially today as we share your story and walking together? So I would like to hear.
Hi, Ju. Thanks for having me. Today I'm feeling great. I definitely feel more grounded in daily tasks. I have a business and sometimes things get a little bit crazy. And after completing the sessions, I just felt this deep connection with myself where I can call in those parts of me that I reintegrated to support me during the daily tasks and the daily routines too. Because I feel that as I walk in this experience in spirituality and awakening my feminine and deepening this connection, I feel that the most important things, like more than the practice that we set a time, it's the embodiment of that into our living existence, living experiences. It's like I learned this, I want to be this embody wisdom because after those sessions we just get so much from what we channel, from what we receive and intuitive messages. And then after that, I don't want to walk away and set that in a different box. Like, oh, when I dedicate this time just to connect this piece of me that it's so valuable and so important to everyday things that we do. It's not just to reclaim and awake, but it's to embody and be this living wisdom in every day. So I feel great. Yeah, I feel great after the sessions because of that, especially.
Oh, wow. That's so powerful. And I just wanted to acknowledge that because a lot of women think that being in the feminine is something separately, that in our daily life, as you start to awaken, you do all the rituals, you do all the meditations, you do all the dance, but it's not just only that, it's your daily life and it's a breathing life force that moves through you. So I just want to acknowledge that this is huge. And what women really truly remember in that embodiment, because now it's an embodied experience, now it's an embodiment life force energy that is moving through you, through your tasks, through your business that you created with your future husband. And it's a big thing and it's not separate. It is something that is outside of you, something that's inside of you. So I just wanted to acknowledge that because it's so powerful what you just shared and so much wisdom and that I know that you carry within you. So I want to ask you this question, the next question. What was life before we started working together? I know you shared something, but I want just for the viewers to see like what was life before we started working together?
So before I just felt tension in everything, like tension in my body, resistant to connect deeper with myself to understand what was going on because I just felt tension and disconnection and I didn't know why because I also offer services to other women and I completely disconnect from the service, from the purpose. And I just started to feel the resistance to go back into it. And I was like, why is this happening? This is not normal. I wasn't feeling the joy of doing it anymore, the inner fire. And then I was just like, I need help. I don't know what happened along the way, but I felt disconnected before starting the 6 week journey with you.
Right. That is so powerful. Yes, absolutely. And so bringing those missing links into your life now, and we literally dove so deep into many layers. That's beautiful. And what was your major struggling with? Like you said, yeah, the disconnection. And also, what was something in your body and your womb and your feminine energy that felt that disconnection? What was that part that you felt like, oh, this is more tangible now? Before that you came and worked together?
So I think I just felt this close, like I felt I guarded and closed down because I started to feel this disconnection and tension and everything. And I started to just close in my body. I feel the resistance to, oh my God, do something to liberate and reconnect. It's almost that I didn't even know deeply in my body this parts of my feminine that I didn't explore. And
Mm,
then during the journey, I was able to explore this parts of myself that I felt disconnected and that I myself guarded this me into this connection. I hope I
right.
answered your
Yeah,
question.
yeah, that's beautiful because I remember like there was a lot of around your heart, a lot around that connection
Mhm.
and allowing to express that vulnerability even deeper. And when we
Mhm.
found out and went into the root of that, that was such a way to reclaim that part of your heart, of your vulnerability, and how the vulnerability
Mhm.
has been shut down. And now it's like you honor that so deeply now, especially in your connection into other women, connection to your relationship. And now it's like you went deeper into those layers, into that vulnerability, and you're like, yes, I am here. And it's
Yeah.
so beautiful to witness that, right?
Yeah, definitely opening up to my vulnerability was a big breakthrough during this journey because I didn't feel safe to be vulnerable. There
Mm,
was a lot of fear, a lot of resistance, but mainly because I was afraid to open up my heart and get hurt again.
mhm,
It's just like that moment where I closed off because I just couldn't handle the pain anymore. And because of that, I shut down. So being in a vulnerable space again was really powerful for me because I could actually walk through that pain that I was holding in my heart. And
mm.
that was making me to close down every time that I was facing something that could threaten my well-being, my emotional well-being.
Beautiful. And it's so beautiful to see that your ownership of that and not being a victim to that anymore and taking that reconnection as we journey into the many layers. So that's so beautiful to hear. And so, my next question, how did you feel being inside the mentorship? How did you feel supported? How did you feel through the practice, through the sessions? And yeah, what really shifted something in you through that process?
I felt so supported and seen by usual. It's just like you go to the point, like straight down, like she knows where this is coming from. And I'm like, wow, this is really powerful because you were deeply present what I was bringing into the sessions, what I was bringing while we were talking. And so I just felt supported and seen in this very safe container. Like I never felt safe in this way before. Because as I said, I had always carried so much fear inside of me that even doing therapies before, I wasn't able to open into certain subjects and certain way to express what I was feeling because I just didn't feel the safety container to hold that space without judgment, without trying to figure me out. It's I was figuring out myself in that process too. You were just guiding it, and it was just so deeply meaningful and important for me to that
Mhm.
because Naturally, I'm more reserved and more distance from first interaction. This is like how I present when I don't know someone like more deeply, and then I start to open up as the connection is strengthened, unless I feel that person has the safety capacity to hold me without feeling judged or trying to fix what I was saying and this type of thing. So it was really powerful because of that. You just create this sacred space where you allowed me to be myself and bring everything that comes with it, lights and shadows.
Beautiful. I take that with so much heart because it's literally as part of the work. And to create that safety for you, for the woman that I hold space, is so important, as the space is so vulnerable and we share a lot of many things that maybe women don't feel so comfortable sharing with others. So I'm so honored and grateful that you built that trust and I was able to hold that space for you in such a deep way and with reverence and respect towards you, and also being also so clear and being like, let's go here, and narrow it down to the parts that maybe you did not see. So it's so beautiful that having the eyes of a woman, having the eyes of the womb of someone that have walked through the darkness and be able to see you in that space. So it's so beautiful and deep reverence that you were so feel so trust and completely in that safety. And every time, every session, you bloom. Like every session that we did together, you like shed more, you open more, you feel more. And I just got to see that caterpillar turning into a butterfly, now blossoming. So it's like, it's so beautiful to see that deep transformation and liberation as you step into the woman that you are today. And you always have been that woman. It's just those pieces in between that were like, can I go forward, and just having that container, that safety to be able to bring that back, remember that parts of yourself. Beautiful, my love. How was the practices for you? I want to like just to hear from you. How was the practices, the journeys, the somatic integration felt for you during their sessions?
So the practices were very alive for me. It was like I literally felt in it, and it was very sensorial for me, even though we were in meditative space, but I could feel it in my heart, in my body. Like I deeply felt that. And the somatic practices too, like it's just tap into that state of mind to release and feel in your body was really powerful and raw and truth for me, because I was able to have a conversation with my body and listen to it, understand what was telling me to do, where I was holding tension, where I was holding tears, sadness. It was really liberating for my emotions and for my body itself. And not to mention the practice where we went to deep meditation to walk in the sacred womb. That was really, I can't even describe it because it was so powerful. And I loved every time that I entered that space. It was so profound for me. Like I just looked forward to walk in that space and to face whatever it is, just because there is something there that reminds me of more about myself. And that's how I felt. It was really, really powerful, the practices.
Beautiful, my love. Yes, in the womb, going to the shamanic journeys, going into the womb space, going into the black light is such a deep truth. And as we dive into those parts of the black light, for those who are listening, the black light is where we go for the journeys, or the shamanic journeys, to with the intention and to bring forward the core of many things that perhaps in this reality we can't see. And so facing those spaces that feels like you're in the womb of the mother and coming to the truth that is in there and bringing it forward with that aliveness, it just liberates so much with so much love and compassion and just realness afterwards. So it's just like that
Yeah.
embodied remembrance that is so is beyond this world because it actually is beyond this world.
Yeah.
And only you can experience it, right? This is an experience space because you can Google it, you can go to therapy, and why not? But this is a deeper layer when we go into the space because we get to see things that this mind cannot comprehend. So
Yeah.
powerful. What was the moment that you felt the breakthrough? Or any breakthroughs or many breakthroughs that you had? What was that pivotal moment where you felt like, wow, this is something powerful?
Well, on this, our second session is where I had a big breakthrough because I connected to the parts of me that I felt separated. My sacred women, my wild women, the medicine women, my inner child. Like that was such a powerful moment because I realized that I'm the only one who has the power to disconnect. So seeing what I was doing to myself was really mind changing because I know that there were so many judgment that I carried inside of me about myself, like, oh, I can't do this, I can't be like that, like so many of these voices and inner critic that made me to disconnect. So
Mm.
once I connected back and reclaimed those parts of me back again with compassion, acceptance, was when I felt like more empowered, and it was something that I was missing, that realization to I cannot just feel a whole if I keep judging myself and being a critic, having this inner critic inside of me. Otherwise, I will fade those powerful parts of myself that bring me so much life, so much the inner fire inside. You have all these parts of yourself, and if you just start to suppress that, you're gonna feel disconnected, which was exactly how I was feeling. And I don't know, I think that was one of the biggest breakthrough, not to mention the other ones, but this one was really powerful because I saw what the resistance was coming from. I saw what I was doing, and the only way back is through compassion, acceptance of my light and my darkness. So I cannot just one part because we have this duality inside. So the more we accept and integrate them, the better we walk on this journey and this path and everything.
Beautiful, my love. This is so good because the wild woman is such a beautiful, we all have this wild woman inside of us, this beautiful archetype, and the medicine that you carry is so potent and so beautiful. We got to see that in the journeys. We got to see that she's wild, she's so alive and carries this richness of medicine. And a lot of women we carry the wound of being the medicine woman, the wound of the way shore, the wound of speaking the wisdom. And we got to see those layers and the disconnection and where was those layers of disconnection and seeing that reclamation and what happened afterwards. And like you went to your garden, you really started to sing again, you really speak up your drum again and like really allowing this deeper connection and embodiment through her, through you, and through the deep wisdom that is rooted with you. So I can't wait to see what you create with her, with you, with that sacred woman inside you that is so alive now. And it's so beautiful that you created that relationship when we went into the space and feel that in your body and it's in you, right? So it's so powerful and beautiful to see that and honor to witness you in that space. So, how do you feel in your womb and your body and your feminine energy now?
I feel more alive and I feel resourceful too when I need to handle difficult situations. I have that inside of me. And that's just like so important for me, especially feeling this aliveness again, because I was feeling just like, yeah,
Mhm.
that low inner fire when you just lose the spark and then just claiming this spark again and feeling it in my heart. It's what motivates me. It's what brings me inspiration. It's what brings me creativity and hope to do better things. So, yeah, it's really like that.
Beautiful. And how will you describe your feminine energy now? Like, what is the movement? How do you move different? How does your day look like with now feeling that connection deeper in your body?
I feel that I am taking it slow when I need. For example, when I feel that, oh, I had a busy day. So I know that my body is now more relaxed to connect to to like slow down so I can recharge. And even during other things, I feel more confident in my body. So I move with more ease and less like tension. And I can notice like even my posture, it's getting different. When I walk, when I move, I just feel this softness in my body.
Beautiful. And the softness is so beautiful in the world that doesn't honor that so much. It's such
Yeah.
a reclamation of that softness that is not weakness. It's the
Mhm.
deeper strength of the feminine. It's the deeper strength that yes, you can do your stacks. You can do, especially you're a businesswoman. You have million things in your plate. And yet you can come back home into your body and slow down enough and witness what's happening in your womb, what's happening in your heart, what is radiating through your body, and like the posture changing and your hips moving in different directions, and allow that energy and that life force energy to move. It's not something that you just forget, it's something that you integrate into your daily life. So it's so powerful to see that reclamation of that softness, of that self power that is so alive. And sometimes in modern woman it doesn't even exist. I know that for me as well. It's like when I was in that space, it's like it did not exist. It was seen as lazy or seen as guilt, right? So but that reclamation of that slowness, of that, even the way you move through your day with more purpose, with more presence, so powerful. My next question for you: what has opened up in your life since our mentorship? I know we just finished, but I want to see what has been the past few days for you, week, in that remembrance now. What is different? What shifted in your relationship? What shifted? I know we talk about your daily life. Now you're more relaxed and daily tasks, but what has shifted in a deeper core, in your deeper connection to your womb and your relationships as well?
Yeah, I think one of the biggest thing again was tap into the vulnerability and I carry that into my relationship where some conversations were faced with so much tension and because I couldn't process that, I was just burst and not being able to express what I was really feeling. So I noticed this huge like openness in my relationship to talk to each other about what has been happening, what needs to be changed, and the willingness of both of us to see and recognize that. So that was really powerful for me. It was like so aligned this work with what I was leaving in the moment that I had something that needed to be talked about, and I was ready and open to talk about, but I didn't even need to initiate the conversation because my partner, he also noticed that. And because there wasn't this tension anymore, we could open space for real communication, for when we can see each other. And I definitely see him with different eyes too.
Mm,
It's just like I felt that I was just carrying so much rage inside of me from like generations, maybe ancestors that I was just projecting in my relationship. And now I see just in a different view who he is and who I am and what we are creating together. So that was really
mm.
powerful how those sessions reflected directly into my relationship.
Beautiful. And relationship is such a nuclear of the mirror of what's happening inside of us. And especially healing the masculine's imprints, healing the ancestral part as well, because those generational imprints for masculine lineage, we can bring that forward, especially in our relationships and creating that inner dialogue that creates distortion. So, so beautiful that we went there and able to bring that intimacy, that vulnerability into a relationship that are deeply nourished, that bond and that intimacy once again. And it's so beautiful to see that. And I love helping women with deep connection to men, especially, and heal the relationships and the wounds that we carry that perhaps is not even visible, but we carry in our womb imprints of distorted masculine. So, so beautiful that you're now in that space and celebrating you into that so much. And my next question, what are you carrying forward from our work together?
I'm carrying the importance to listen, that space where we go and listen to our wisdom, what we need, and really like I did this self commitment to not to like be really devoted to moments to listen to myself, to have this devotion to my feminine energy, to my feminine aspects too, because to me, especially, it's so easy for me to not listen to my feminine because I am doing so many things and projects and also creating new things. So it's so easy for me to get sidetracked, to get out of the line. So now I just feel more grounded in
Mm.
this commitment of, yeah, I will devote my time to listen to myself because it's so important and to ground myself in that presence, to receive that medicine too, because if not, it's just gonna get imbalanced again. Too much masculine and not the feminine to balance it out. So I know now how the result is gonna be if I don't listen. So because of that, I devote myself to listen more and ground into that presence.
Oh, so beautiful. Music to my ears because it's it's so true that a lot of women, we resist the feminine, we resist that inner voice, that inner wisdom, that intuition, because we get caught up in the doing, we get caught up in the task, we kind of get caught up in the outer world, but the inner world gets completely neglected. And that is the key. That literally is the aliveness to rebuild that relationship to your feminine, rebuild that relationship to the elements of her, that she's not separate from the masculine, and that both can work together in such a divine connection. And I just want to really like the listeners out there, that women that are walking, especially if you're a busy woman like Ashley, and in this constant doing, there is going to be moments where you're going to feel that this nod, this little intuition whispering, but when you listen to it, it starts to awaken something deeper in you because that is the wisdom that wants to move forward through your body, through your gnosis. So I just want, like, that is powerful, Ashley. Like, that is the key, and bringing her in. The more we connect with it, the more it gets stronger, the more it starts
Mhm.
to activate your life in a different way. And things
Mhm.
shift radically in our lives, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Beautiful. And if any other woman was thinking about joined and wasn't sure, what would you tell her? Like, if a woman is like, I really would love this journey with Liana and do the mentorship with her womb healing, what would you tell this woman if she wasn't sure?
Oh, I would just tell her do it. It's like once if you're feeling that it's probably resistance, but it's so needed and it's so good. The process is gonna open so many things inside of you. So if you're hesitating, take the time to acknowledge that, but also to give you the opportunity to walk through this path because it's really life changing. It's gonna bring the things that you may be missing, that you may be disconnected or even not aware about. So if you are unsure, small steps, talk to you, see where that is coming from, and definitely do it because it's so important, especially these days. I feel that we need that healing. We need to create space inside of us that heals our feminine, that heals our womb, especially our womb. And she is just so grounded in the womb presence that you will feel the support you need during their journey throughout.
Thank you so much for that. And absolutely, I feel you in all each word that you said and that transmission. And that's beautiful. Remembering that this is work that women need, and this is something I wish I had, and which I created something. And with my mentors and all the healing that I went through, is I'm able to hold and offer this space to women. So thank you so much for your beautiful words. And if you're listening, if you feel called to this kind of wound remembrance, you can connect with me through the link below and the captions. Ashley, thank you so much for sharing your heart and your journey with us today. I really, really honor that because it has been such an honor to witness you and to remember and your courage and always opening into your sacred feminine energy, because every time I hold space for a woman, it's like we're healing and we're being mirrors from each other, because I also learn so much for when I take women into this journey. It's like we're healing each other into the process even deeper, because woman, we hold the key to others woman's initiation. And this is something that many of us, we never had the opportunity to be initiated in the woman becoming a woman, connecting to a woman, initiation from the maiden, from the mother, from the crone. And this is also an experience that we go through these initiations and allow our feminine energy to come through. So for any woman listening that feels the spark to reconnect and hear Ashley's stories, and if this created some curiosity, and here in reconnection to her story, I invite you to reach out. You can find the link below for the VIP Womb Visionary Mentorship. Thank you so much, love, for being here. And Ashley, thank you. Deep
Thank you.
gratitude. And again, for your presence and your truth and your light. And if you feel called, like, comment, and share. And comment in the comments below. Ashley, anything that you would like to share? Lastly, any inspiration, any wisdom? That'll be a transmission from your heart and your womb. I welcome that. No pressure.
Yeah, no, I think this is what I learned so deeply is that if you feel the call, listen. It's just that if you feel like, oh, I think I should do something about that. I think I should explore my feminine more. And if you feel the resistance, is do it because that resistance will break out. And every time that we feel called into something, we need to listen to that call because that's how we bring ease to our lives too. So if you feel the call, just listen and move through that.
Yes, beautiful. Listen, listen, woman. Listen to your womb, listen to your heart. Thank you again, Ashley. Thank you for the viewers. And yeah, this is a beautiful work that is so much needed in the world right now in reclamation to our womb, to our feminine energy, and that deep balance that is so, so much needed. Thank you so much for being here. Have a beautiful rest of your day.
Thank you, Ju. Thanks for having me.